What is going on, world? What's up, YouTube? It's Zero here. Today I'm bringing you guys a brand new episode of the 8 Below Show. Welcome everyone to 8 Below. Thanks for being here, guys, to the best gaming related show here on YouTube. And I'm super excited about our episode here today. We have a lot of stuff to talk about, so let's get into it. Today we have a really special episode of the show, guys. We're going to be talking about a number of things in the world of gaming as we do on every episode of the 8 Below Show. We're going to be talking about Call of Duty Ghosts, Minecraft, Cyberpunk 2077, and even Gears of War. And I'm really excited about it, guys, because I have a featured guest or star that is going to be featured here on this episode of the 8 Below Show. He goes by the name of Sean or lxky, and I'm really excited to, bring him onto the show and so that we can kind of have real conversation. You guys know this on my YouTube channel. I like bringing guests onto the show every once in a while to give you all a little bit of some other opinions outside of my own, and I think it's really important to have those types of conversations. So I'll bring Sean in. Sean, what's up, man?
How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. So, I think it's important, lxky or Sean, I think it's important that you tell everyone just kind of how you got into gaming. That's kind of like the first thing before we get into the official topics of the day. How did you get into gaming, and how do you kind of fit into this entire gaming ecosystem?
Well, when I was about 7, it was on Christmas, and I got my first ever console. It was a PS4, and it came with that Lego Marvel game, FIFA 14, and Call of Duty Ghosts, as we're about to talk about. I was playing them a lot with my dad, and then from there on, I started getting better and better, and I've been in a few tournaments myself. Um, I've just been playing a lot of games, and making new friends off it, making videos on it, and that's about it.
Cool, man. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's really interesting to hear everybody's story on how they got involved in gaming, and and kind of where we all fit in this industry as a whole. So it's an exciting thing. But with that, guys, like I said, we have a lot of stuff that we want to talk about here on this episode of the show, so let's get right into it. We've talked a lot on the YouTube channel about Call of Duty and Call of Duty Ghosts in particular, even though we talk about every different Call of Duty, obviously, guys, that comes out, and we talk about all the speculation, the rumblings of the upcoming Call of Duties, and that's part of the fun. We get a new Call of Duty title every single year, and that makes it really special. It makes it really exciting because we're able to kind of discuss on a yearly basis some of the things that we would like to see in a future Call of Duty, the time period, to the weapons, to esports side, multiplayer, and so on and so forth. There's so many different aspects to this thing. Well, Call of Duty Ghosts 2, guys, is a title that we've talked about a lot on the YouTube channel. Many of you want a sequel to Call of Duty Ghosts, and we have not gotten it up to this point, but I want to talk about everything that we know about Call of Duty Ghosts 2 at this point in time. And is it something that we could be seeing here in 2021, or is it something that we might see somewhere down the road in the future? So let's talk about it. In an article, guys, written by Dalton Cooper of Game Rant, the latest rumor about Call of Duty 2021 says that the game will be gritty and controversial like 2019's Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Something to take into mind, guys, Call of Duty Modern Warfare, obviously made by Infinity Ward. Call of Duty Ghosts also by Infinity Ward as well. So something else to kind of think about. Call of Duty 2021 is confirmed to be releasing at some point later this year. But beyond that, official details have not been revealed by Activision. But while Activision is kept tight-lipped about the 2021 Call of Duty game, leakers have been revealing information that they know about the project. One prominent Call of Duty franchise leaker has revealed everything that they've heard about the game so far, and it will be interesting to see if their claims are accurate. So according to Call of Duty leaker Tom Henderson, Call of Duty 2021 is being developed by Sledgehammer Games. Also, guys, those are the guys who did World War II as well as Advanced Warfare. Sledgehammer Games is a studio that led development. Advanced Warfare World War II. Sledgehammer was originally supposed to be developing Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War with Raven Software, but it was ultimately pulled from the project, and Treyarch took lead development duties. So, as for what Sledgehammer's Call of Duty 2021 game will be, it is said to be gritty and controversial like Modern Warfare. As some may recall, Call of Duty Modern Warfare caused major controversy for some of the content depicted in the game, including torture and letting players kill civilians. So, what some of the stuff that he's heard. He heard that Sledgehammer Games is doing it. He heard it's going to be gritty and likely going to be controversial like MW, boots on the ground, which of course, guys, many of you know that I would be very excited about that. Guerrilla-like warfare and Warzone integration, which I think we can all expect that as well. Now, Henderson also touched on what fans can expect from Call of Duty 2021's gameplay. Evidently, Call of Duty 2021 will be another boots on the ground Call of Duty game, which makes sense if rumors about it having a historical setting are accurate. Henderson didn't touch on the game's setting, unfortunately, and there are conflicting reports about where the game will take place. Conflicting reports suggest that Call of Duty 2021 will take place in World War II or the Korean War. Now, I do have some stuff to say about that, guys. Look, when we talk about Call of Duty 2021 and what time period I personally would like to see, we'll get lxky's thoughts on this here in a moment. We're being joined by lxky or Sean, guys, for those of you who didn't know. But I think that Call of Duty 2021, I think this is an important Call of Duty. I really do. Okay, so if we go back, we had some of the best years of Call of Duty when we had, Modern Warfare 2. It really started with COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 2. Those were some of the golden ages of COD. Then, people started getting kind of, sick and tired of the same thing in Call of Duty. We get to Call of Duty Ghosts, and that was like the last straw for many people. And, they wanted something totally different. We'll get to the Call of Duty Ghosts part of this, guys, here in a bit. But from Call of Duty Ghosts, we got 3 games in which were jetpack games, which we consider the jetpack era. I consider the jetpack era as the dark ages of Call of Duty. Now, Advanced Warfare I thought was good. I thought it was definitely different in a major way. I thought it was fine to have one game with jetpacks. I thought it was, very different, all those things. But then Black Ops 3 comes, and then Infinite Warfare follows. And those titles, I believe, really led us into a dark place with Call of Duty. Many people left the Call of Duty community. Sure, we continued to grow as a franchise, but it just felt that we were in a very dark place with Call of Duty. And it started with Advanced Warfare. Now, after Infinite Warfare, we got back to kind of what COD was all about. We got back to Call of Duty World War II. Even though the game wasn't that great, I still feel that World War II was a step in the right direction. It was boots on the ground, back to the basics of Call of Duty. It basically started as a World War II game, and here we go. It comes in as Call of Duty World War II. Then, of course, guys, you get Black Ops 4. And Black Ops 4 to me, guys, was fantastic outside of not having a campaign. I wish that there was a campaign. I thought the game overall was great. A real step in the right direction. Then you get Modern Warfare, which was, once again, a great step in the right direction. A full package, I believe, was the greatest campaign ever made in Call of Duty's history. I thought that the multiplayer was pretty good. I liked all the different, features, some of those being like gunfight, 2v2 gunfight, obviously Warzone. They kind of expanded upon what they did with Blackout and Black Ops 4. So Modern Warfare was a great step in the right direction. And then we get Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, which, even though it was a time period, a timepiece and things of that nature, I still think it was a pretty good game overall. Sure, there's complaints and there's issues, but that's how it is with any game out there. No Call of Duty, let alone any game out there that's ever been made, guys, is a perfect title. So Call of Duty is no different. So we got Black Ops Cold War. To me, guys, I think that I would prefer not having another timepiece, at least for this next COD. If we're going to be doing another World War II title, to be totally honest, and this goes against a lot of what I preach on the YouTube channel about Call of Duty and what really started the dark ages of COD, were jetpacks. But to me, I would really like to see, instead of a World War II game, I would prefer to actually get an Advanced Warfare 2 from Sledgehammer. However, I'd rather it not be the necessarily like the jetpacks. The advanced movement is fine, being able to kind of move around the map quickly, but not with jetpacks. But even with jetpacks, guys, I do think that World War II has been done way too much. Korean War, okay, maybe, but we're just coming off of Cold War. I don't really like having back-to-back titles that are either timepieces or, things of that nature. And we kind of had that with Black Ops 4 to Modern Warfare. You had, somewhat future, then you, of course, had modern day. I prefer to have it kind of spaced out a little bit more. So World War II, I just think has been done way too much. Call of Duty Ghosts 2, I believe, would be a great title that would fit good here for 2021. That's just that. Those are kind of my initial thoughts on this. These rumors and leaks coming out that it's World War II. Luxkey, I want to hear from you really quick before we move on to the next part of this. This next, part about talking about Call of Duty Ghosts 2 and what we might know so far about that. What do you think about the Call of Duty 2021? Do you think it should be World War II era, Korean War? Do you think it should be modern day, futuristic? What are your thoughts?
I think it should be not futuristic, and I don't think it should be in the past either. I think it should be a Ghost 2. It's the right time for it. Everyone's been waiting to see the cliffhanger how it ends. I get that they made pretty good money off Advanced Warfare and World War II, but at the same time, they've already made one. There's no point in making another one. Like you said, Cold War just came out, so another game in the past wouldn't be the most interesting thing. Especially I didn't personally enjoy Cold War. I think it maybe if we had a Ghost 2, obviously there's a lot of everyone hated the first one, even though it was alright in my opinion. I think if we did have a Ghost 2, people might have enjoyed it a little bit more than the first one. I think it's a shoot your shot type of moment because it can either go terribly wrong like the first one, or it can go really good because everyone's been waiting for this cliffhanger to end. But obviously there's a lot of people saying there's going to be another World War II, all the leaks, all of that. But at the same time, I think it is time for Ghost 2, again, there's they said they'd make a Ghost 2 all the way back in 2018, so I think it's about time they did it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, and that's the thing, guys. What we know so far, obviously, about Call of Duty Ghosts 2 is pretty much, the speculation that maybe Call of Duty 2021 is a Ghost 2, even though these leaks are not suggesting that. Now, there's two things here, guys, that we got to kind of remember. Two things that dictate whether a franchise or a sub-series of a particular franchise is going to continue, or if it's going to stay in a limbo state, if it's going to be, canceled, if it's going to ever have a continuation in the future. So in this instance, we're talking about Call of Duty Ghosts 2, and the two things we have to look at. Number one, of course, is the sales, guys. It all comes down to money. And number two is the critical reception. So according to Wikipedia, guys, Call of Duty Ghost, we're going back to the first game, received mixed or average and generally positive reviews according to review aggregator Metacritic. So Metacritic, guys, it gave it about a 78 out of 100 on the PlayStation 4. Xbox One got a 78 out of 100. We're looking at high 60s into the 70s out of 100. That's pretty good. That'll do just fine. Now, there's obviously going to be, there's each site is going to give it different ratings. You can see them as low as 5 out of 10s from Destructoid, but you can even see them upwards near, you're talking 8 out of 10s. IGN gave it an 8.8 out of 10, so that will do just fine. Second part of that, obviously the sales. So despite shipping $1 billion worth of units to retail channels within 24 hours of the game's launch, overall sales were down compared to 2012's Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Activision blamed the fall in demand on uncertainty caused by the upcoming transition to 8th generation consoles. As of February 2014, the game has sold over 19 million copies. So, are those pretty good sales? I would say, yeah, they're pretty good sales. But this is Call of Duty we're talking about here, guys. We are talking the biggest franchise in the world when we talk about year over year, what this title and franchise churns out for none other than Activision. So, the overall sales were down compared to 2012's Call of Duty Black Ops 2. I mean, look, guys, Black Ops 2, in my opinion, was the greatest Call of Duty ever created. And it's hard to kind of compare, Ghost to Black Ops 2. But let's talk about, Call of Duty Ghost 2. Could this be something that comes out? I mean, I believe it's absolutely something that could, guys. There's certainly a chance that this is a title that could come out. I mean, not only do I think would really fit this obviously from a narrative perspective of the Call of Duty Ghosts when it came out for the campaign and such. I think that the campaign's cliffhanger, and I believe that Call of Duty Ghosts story was one of the best in all of Call of Duty. I thought it was fantastic. Now, it wasn't as good as maybe Modern Warfare 2 campaign or Modern Warfare's campaign, but I really think that this game was up there as one of the best just from a narrative perspective for the story. So that's one part of it. The second part of it is guys, I'm getting pretty, tired of zombies. And something that Ghost really introduced was Extinction. And I think Extinction was great because my complaint with Call of Duty Zombies has always been that there aren't other features or other options outside of just the main zombies mode where you're able to play it and you just try to beat waves and waves of zombies, and then after you die, you start all over again. With Extinction, it was this concept that, yes, you can, play Extinction, you're going up against aliens, but you could beat Extinction. And there's something special, and I think there's something to be said for something where you're able to save your progress. I've always said that Zombies needs to have, a save your progress feature, or it needs to have like a traditional game mode where it's like going up against waves and waves of zombies, and then when you die, you start all over again. But it also has to have other game modes, in my opinion, to really expand upon it, to really create more of a story and all of those things. Extinction was definitely that. So I loved Extinction. I thought that was great. The multiplayer was its weakest point, in my opinion, in Call of Duty Ghosts. I thought that it didn't have very good maps, had a couple of good ones. I think Strikedown was probably my favorite. The weapons were not really great either. I mean, some of them were okay, but I think that they could really build off of what has gone right since World War II. You got World War II to Black Ops 4 to Modern Warfare, Black Ops Cold War. I think Ghost 2, it fits a good time, like, in my opinion, a good timing for that to come out. And this is all based on if these leaks are even, suggested, to be true. And if they are true, it sounds like we're not going to get a Ghost 2, guys. Unless it's a Ghost 2 that goes back to the past, which I really can't see that happening. lxky, when you see and hear the sales of Ghosts and the reception that was given to Ghosts, do you think it makes a lot of sense for Activision to make a Call of Duty Ghost 2, or do you think it makes more sense for them from a business perspective just to kind of stay true to what they know is working, whether it's World War II or modern day or futuristic? What do you think?
Business-wise, I would say don't go for Ghost 2. But if you do care about what their fans are saying and all that, I would say make one. Because at the same time, I think it would do a lot better than the first one. And my main problem with Ghost and all the criticism it got was because it came out straight after Black Ops 2, and I think that's why it got such harsh treatment, because everyone wanted something new, and they didn't. They didn't bring out extras or anything like that. And I think Ghost got treated a little bit like biasly because of BO2 and how good it was. And I think everyone was like expecting something really great after that as well. And the game, they did, in my opinion, because this was the first game I played, and I personally really, really enjoyed it. At the same time, a lot of people just thought, no, we want a new type of thing, and then futuristic, something like that. And they did do that after this. But then, yeah, again, Advanced Warfare wasn't that good, and BO3, in my opinion, wasn't that good either. And then they went back to doing good games after Infinity Warfare, of course. I just forget about that game a lot, truth to. I don't know. I think maybe it is time to bring back another Ghosts, and I think after that, then you can make another World War if you want to. But I think it's personally, this is the right time to make a Ghost 2.
Yeah, I agree. I think it is the right time. From a business perspective, though, kind of like what you said, I don't think it's in their best interest, that being Activision, to make a Ghost 2. It makes more sense to do the things that are going to make them the most money. And Ghost 2, they wouldn't. It probably would make a good amount of money, but maybe for them, it wouldn't make as much money as, say, maybe a World War II title or another Black Ops title or another Modern Warfare title. That's the thing. And, it's really unfortunate when you think of it in terms of that. But look, guys, at the end of the day, these leaks, these rumors, the rumblings that are coming out talking about what the next COD is in 2021, it very well could be a World War II title, or a guerrilla-like warfare type style game, or a Korean War title. But you always got to remember that there's always a possibility. Now, the fact of the matter is that Infinity Ward is not working on this next title, according to the leaks, which they were the ones, of course, who made Call of Duty Ghosts. On the flip side of that, though, is this. Sledgehammer was obviously rumored to be working with Raven on Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. And that ended up not happening 100% because they kind of changed the cycle of these games. So what I'm getting at is there's a possibility Sledgehammer could be working on Ghost 2, even though it's not Infinity War necessarily working on it. You never know how these things could play out, guys. But if Ghost 2 did happen, I would be very interested to see that. Much more interested in that than, of course, seeing another World War II game. I would even be more interested in seeing an Advanced Warfare 2 game than a World War II title. That's just my personal opinion. But I would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this in the comment section down below, guys. We know we're starting to hear what 2021 and what Call of Duty 2021 could be. Could that be what the things that we know about Call of Duty goes to, or is it a totally different Call of Duty altogether? Let us know what you think in the comment section down below. And for more Call of Duty Ghost 2 content and videos, stay here with Zero TV. We've talked on the YouTube channel about Minecraft, and this franchise, as we know it, guys, from the past, present, and what we could see in the future. And one of the things that I've talked about, guys, here on the YouTube channel is a sequel to the original Minecraft, that being Minecraft 2 or something of that nature. And I, for one, guys, I have not been the biggest fan of Minecraft, even though I think that it's great concepts and such. I just never really got into it. However, I have stated on the YouTube channel that I believe if you had a Minecraft 2 and you updated the graphics from a graphical perspective, added just even more ways you could connect with this universe, expanding upon the legacy, the lore, the story of Minecraft and what they're trying to build over there, I think that it could be something really, really special making a sequel. Now, many people don't believe that, they should make a sequel to Minecraft because it's so well done and they can just keep updating the original Minecraft. But I just believe that a lot of that talk about not moving on to, or not, building onto what they started with the original Minecraft reminds me of the StarCraft community. So guys, we got 2 StarCraft titles, and the reason why I bring this up is because there became a complacency in the StarCraft community where StarCraft is one of my favorite games of all time, but the problem is that the community, when the talk was coming out that Blizzard would be interested in making a StarCraft 3 if the community wanted it, the community basically stated that they didn't want a continuation of StarCraft. They just wanted to stick with StarCraft 2 and the original StarCraft. Well, what that's done, guys, as of lately, as of the last number of years, StarCraft has just slowly but surely declined in popularity. Now, sure, they've made StarCraft free to play, that being StarCraft 2. They've done different things, but I believe that a StarCraft 3 could have really continued to build the legacy lore story of StarCraft, because I believe it's a universe expansive, like Star Wars, for example. There's just so much to explore, so much to do. So another story, another multiplayer experience where you get more team-based, esports as well as the 1v1s. They could expand on so much different stuff in StarCraft, but we probably won't ever see that because the community has been complacent with where they are, and now we see what that means and what's happening now to the StarCraft community. That being said, I say that to bring up Minecraft. Minecraft is much bigger than StarCraft, but the idea, though, is that if we don't ever get, like, a continuation of Minecraft, will it suffer the same fate as some of these other titles, kind of like StarCraft? A complacency with this one title where it's been updated, there's been things that are coming, but it really hasn't evolved in a major way to where having a sequel, at least you could, having a sequel, I've always stated this, whether it's Minecraft, whether it's StarCraft, that having a sequel, it would offer not only being able to have, expand upon what they wanted to do, whether it's from a graphic perspective, a story perspective, all those different things, but it would give you something fresh, something somewhat new. And if it's not a good game, if you don't like it that much, you can always go back to the original title. So I say that, guys, because I believe that Minecraft does need a sequel. I think it needs to continue into another title. I think it could be absolutely massive. I think that they definitely are onto something here with the original Minecraft. It's kind of like CSGO. I've always felt like Counter-Strike is a title that should have gotten a continuation. The graphics just aren't up to par as to other titles out there. Now, sure, the numbers for the esports scene are incredible for CSGO, but I'm just stating that from a perspective of visually, from the graphics to everything else that you could do amongst the game, it could really be improved in today's gaming. Now, lxky, you hear what I'm saying about Minecraft. Do you think that this is a title, I'm sure that you've played it a lot more than I have, do you think this is a title that, or a franchise that really needs to have more, sequels, like continuations, or do you think they just need to continue to slowly update and upgrade the original Minecraft? What do you think?
I think they should just stay with the original Minecraft because, again, like, what's the point of making another one if it's going to be the same thing? They have made other Minecraft related games. So they've had Minecraft Dungeons and stuff like that. I think it's best to save just the original Minecraft because, like, even if it does go away for a little bit, it always comes back. Like, it's been around for so long, and like, there's always that one YouTuber who plays it, and everyone starts playing it again, and it happens over and over again, like 24/7. Think about like PewDiePie started playing it, everyone started playing it again. Like Markiplier, lxky, Genshin, all of them, they start playing it again. Everyone starts going back to it. And there's a Dream SMP, all of them, they play it a lot. They've got a very big fan base, like, so they'll keep playing it. I think if they made a second, it's just going to be the same game, so there's not going to be much point in it. So might as well just keep updating the game, making more cave updates, new mobs, stuff like that, because there's not much point of making a new game if you've already got the first one, and it's just going to be the same as the first one.
Yeah, I guess like my thought is like you make it not necessarily completely like the first one. You would just more so update the graphics. You would update like all the, the worlds and the things that you can really do and explore and create more of a narrative story around it. Like, I don't know. I just feel that there is certainly there's something special to the original Minecraft. I mean, there's nothing that you can take away from it. I just have felt that it's a title that I think needs to really play a big part in gaming, and I just don't want to see it fall to the same fate as some of these other titles. Maybe it would never happen with Minecraft, kind of like how it has with StarCraft. Maybe it'll be kind of like CSGO, where it just kind of stays around and stays the same as it is and doesn't really need to evolve necessarily because it's just, it's the name, it's Minecraft, and people just really love, that brand and what it really all entails. But it's a very interesting, obviously it's a very interesting topic, guys. I want to definitely hear from all of you. What do you guys think about Minecraft? Do you think that this is a title that Minecraft should have a sequel, or do you think that they should just stick with the original Minecraft and continue updating it? Let me know in the comment section down below. And for more Minecraft content and videos, stay here with Zero TV. So we've talked a lot, guys, on the YouTube channel about Gears of War and what the future could hold for this franchise, guys, and I'm incredibly excited and bullish for the future of Gears of War. Even though it's an exclusive to Xbox, even though we've had a shaky, past number of games, guys, right, especially at launch, the launch of, Gears of War 4 to, obviously even Ultimate Edition, and then, of course, with Gears 5, there's been a shaky start, but at the same time, guys, that over time, the Coalition are absolutely working on this title on a consistent basis to make it better. And we got, guys, none other than a teaser for Operation 6 for Gears 5. And it was an image that shows an individual holding up COG tags, right, on Twitter. Now, I'm getting this from Shadows, guys, who is pretty much one of the biggest insiders and content creators for Gears of War. And he tweeted out saying Operation 6 teaser in Gears 5. Now, I went ahead, guys, on my Twitter account, and I tweeted back to him, and I said, hashtag Gears 6 announcement soon. And because I wasn't necessarily talking about the image in particular, but I was just saying, do we think there's going to be a Gears of War 6 or Gears 6 announcement coming at some point this year? Well, he tweeted back to me, he said, nah, man, a long time before that. It's just a teaser for the upcoming Gears 5 Operation 6 content season. And like I said, I wasn't really necessarily talking about the image. I was just saying, could we essentially be seeing an announcement soon for Gear 6? And so I said, do you think the Gear 6 announcement is this year? And he tweeted back to me saying, being truthfully realistic, there could be the smallest teaser to acknowledge it's in development at E3 2021. My best guess, though, would be an official first look reveal trailer next year, with Gears 6 releasing in 2023 at the earliest. And I told him, you might be spot on there, man. So, I think there's a chance that he is spot on with it being released in 2023. We might get something later this year or sometime in 2022. To me, though, guys, Gear 6 is obviously being worked on. We know that it's been confirmed from the Coalition studio head, of course, Rod Ferguson, who's now departed to work on Diablo over at Blizzard. But we know that Gear 6 and Gear 7, as well as a Gears of War movie, are all confirmed. So we know that these games are coming. And so when we saw the teaser for Operation 6, Gears of War's official Twitter account, they went ahead and they said, honor the heroes of Gears. Operation 6 is coming. And sure enough, guys, the image is one of an individual holding those cog tags, but it is of course, a lot of people were thinking, is this going to be a Gears of War 2 remaster? Is it going to be, what is it going to be exactly? And we see that it's Hoffman, of course, holding those cog tags, and it's Operation 6 is coming, guys. We don't know exactly when. What's very interesting, though, guys, is on Gears of War's official Twitter account, they also, when they posted that teaser, they replied to that teaser image, guys, of Operation 6, because it doesn't say Operation 6, so people were running with it saying, oh, is it Gears of War 2 remaster? Is it Gears 6? What is this? And Gears of War, the official Twitter account, did go ahead and they responded to that saying, we love the enthusiasm, but we are all hashtag Gears 5 up over here. So what that means, guys, is that Gear 6 is not something that's coming yet. We could get a reveal for it at some point. Gears of War 2 remaster is something that might come later on in the future, but Gears of War and those over at the Coalition are working exclusively right now on Gears 5, and probably at least the, kind of getting everything started slowly but surely for Gears 6. So, to me, guys, I think what this really brings up is, what does this mean exactly for the future of Gears of War with Operation 6. I think it's great, guys, for Gears 5. I think it's great that we're getting another operation. I think that this is something that, is going to be, it could be something really special. We don't really know much about it yet, but nonetheless, from the images that we're seeing, and I'm sure we're going to be hearing more and more as time comes for Gears in Operation 6 in Gears 5. I'm very excited about it, to say the least. What this could mean for the future, though, of Gears of War 2 as far as a remaster, I know a lot of people want that. People really want the Phoenix collection, which would be Gears 1 through 3 as a collection. I've stated that I had real problems with that happening before Gear 6 coming out, which you guys can check out that that video and all my Gears of War content here on the YouTube channel. But Operation 6 is probably going to be something it could be something really special. Let's hope that there's a lot of, updates and things of that nature that come to the game, new things that you're able to unlock and things of that nature. But I'm excited about it. I'm going to turn it over to lxky, though. lxky, I know you're not very familiar with Gears of War, but just in general, when it comes to, titles and, just video games in general, what are your thoughts on different titles out there, staying on, on a single title for a long stretch of time versus games and franchises out there that bring out, sequels and such more regularly? Say, for example, you have Call of Duty that comes out every single year. And then I know we talked in the last segment of the show, we talked about Minecraft and how we haven't gotten a sequel to Minecraft. What do you think about that? Like, do you like having different, franchises out there that kind of work differently? When do you think is the right time for franchises to move on to another title? What do you think about that?
I think you give every game a few years, and then bring in more people, and then sooner or later they'll want another one. I think you wait till that time, and then you announce the year after that. So I would say 2022 announce it's coming out, and maybe like get into development, start all of that, and then maybe make another one in 2023. Like, announce another one in 2022, but then make it like fully release it and send it out in 2023 for people to buy. Personally, I wish I could play it because obviously you've been talking to me about it, and it sounds good. Obviously, being a PlayStation player, I can't. I would like to see it like on PS4 or something like that in the future, but at the meantime, I don't think it ever will. So I might have to just get an Xbox to see what it's like.
Yeah, or PC. You can get it on Windows PC obviously as well. There's that. I recommend anyone who's ever has heard of Gears of War, or but isn't able to play it on Xbox or what have you. I definitely recommend checking it out. It's definitely a game, in my opinion, that is certainly worth it. Alone is worth getting the Xbox. But I also think that what Microsoft is doing with the Xbox, just as of late, and for full disclosure, guys, I have all the consoles. I've got Xbox, PlayStation, and the Nintendo Switch, as well as PC. But I think that what Xbox is doing so well, and Microsoft over there, they have a lot of exclusives, but on top of all of that, they've got Xbox Game Pass, which is basically the Netflix of gaming. It's this idea where they have all these exclusive titles, you pay a subscription fee, and you're able to play all of those games, for free or with the subscription. And I think that is the future, right? And then, of course, Xbox buying out Bethesda, Bethesda, the makers of Elder Scrolls, the makers of Doom, the makers of all these different titles that are coming out, they bought them out. And so what does that mean now? That means that those titles are most likely going to be exclusives to the Xbox. And that includes Fallout. That includes a bunch of titles that Bethesda has and holds. And so I think there's more reasons than ever to get into Xbox, or at least have an Xbox as well as a PlayStation. I think that PlayStation is great, it has some great exclusives, but I think that Xbox does a better job of having titles that are full packages. Games that have multiplayer, have co-op, and a single-player story. I think having those full packages really gives you more reason to pay the $60 price tag. And sure, there's a lot of games that are out there that are, free to play, and we know that. But, one of my favorite games of all time happens to be on the PlayStation, that being The Last of Us. It's one of my favorite franchises, guys. But The Last of Us Part 2, we're still waiting for the multiplayer experience, and it's been a long time since the launch of that game. That's a problem to me. And, we've talked about that. And I just think that Xbox and what Gears of War is trying to do, even though there's been so much backlash to the coalition on every little thing that they do, because that's just the way that the Gears of War community is, they still are churning out content for us. They're churning out stuff for us to do, operations, and even obviously there was a photo that was released, guys, that shows what each of the studios is working on over at Xbox. And the coalition is working on the Perfect Dark reboot, as helping out with it, I should say, as well as Gear 6. So they're working on Gear 6, and they're working on helping out the Perfect Dark reboot, and they're also helping to continue building Gears 5. So it's awesome, guys. Like I said, I'm very bullish on the future for Gears of War esports. I'm very excited about it. But I want to know from you guys in the comment section down below. When do you think we should get a Gear 6 teaser or announcement, or something of that nature, a teaser trailer of it? Do you think we should get it this year, next year? When do you guys think? If you ask me, I would love to see at least just a teaser this year, and then full gameplay and things of that nature in 2022. The release comes out in 2023. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And for more Gears of War content and videos, stay here with Zero TV. Cyberpunk 2077 is a title that we've talked about here on the YouTube channel, guys, and you guys can check out all of that content, the things we've talked about Cyberpunk and what the future of this title could look like. And, I want to take this segment of the show to talk about Cyberpunk 2077 and what happened here. Really, like what really happened. Obviously, we're going to break it down. We're going to kind of obviously give some speculation. We're going to give things that, obviously did happen and things that are still happening in this game, and what the future of Cyberpunk 2077 could look like and what it could be, like I said, in the future. I'm being joined by lxky or Sean, and we'll get his 2 cents here in a moment. But to start, Cyberpunk 2077, guys. I've stated this many times on the channel that underneath all the problems of this game, there's something very special here. Cyberpunk was one of the most hyped games that I really remember in recent memory, and it still sold very well, even with all the backlash and such to the title. But there's something really special there. You can see it. There's glimpses of it as you're going through the title and such. But I think that CD Projekt Red has a reputation that they now have to regain from everyone once again, because they lost that good reputation and they have a bad rep now. So what does Cyberpunk need to do? First of all, what happened? Well, I mean, guys, what happened was the game releases, and it obviously released too soon, and there was probably a lot of, ongoing and just a lot of pressure coming from investors of CD Projekt Red and things of that nature to release the game, just get it out there, and so they released it unfinished. First of all, similar to The Last of Us Part 2, it released without the multiplayer, which, obviously is something that they are, talking about, that's something that's going to come in the future, but that's obviously not going to come anytime soon because they're working on other things within the game. So that, first of all, was a huge problem for me. I mean, I don't like it when titles release unfinished. And The Last of Us Part 2, guys, from the story perspective, it was finished. It was completed. Didn't have a lot of issues. But not having a multiplayer, not having co-op modes is very much so, when you're planning on doing that, is just really bad in my opinion. I just think it's bad for business, because guess what happens? You play that campaign like The Last of Us Part 2, and after you're done beating the campaign, there's nothing else to do unless you want to play the campaign over again. And most likely, you're just going to move on to other games. As a development studio, you should want to have people stay with your game. After you're done beating the campaign, there's multiplayer, there's co-op, there's other ways you can connect with that franchise, especially if you loved the game. And The Last of Us had incredible sales, but a lot of those people probably moved on to other games because all that's there right now, to this day, is a single-player story. So what I'm getting at is Cyberpunk is suffering the same fate, but it's even worse because of all the backlash, all the bugs, all the glitches, all the problems that this game released with because of ongoing pressure, I believe, from investors. Obviously, the things that CD Projekt Red did were very shady. They were releasing, copies to different creators and such to test the game, but they said that they weren't allowing them to show certain images, certain levels, and things of that nature of the title, because they didn't want to show everyone that, hey, this title's got a lot of problems. So CD Projekt Red absolutely has to regain their now very much so bad reputation, when this is one of the most prestigious companies in the world from a gaming perspective. When we look at The Witcher 3 alone, they say, one of the greatest games ever made. And, Cyberpunk 2077 has one of the best games ever made written all over it. But the problem is that the execution, and it's like not completed, it's not done, it's not ready yet. Will it get there? I do think it will, guys. I think it's going to, because this reminds me of a Hello Games and No Man's Sky type of story. What it could be. The story could be that Cyberpunk 2077 starts really bad, right? All these problems like No Man's Sky. And then over time, CD Projekt Red just keeps on putting, blood, sweat, and tears into this thing. They keep going, keep updating with all the backlash, all the problems, everything. They just keep on pushing forward. And then all of a sudden, it turns into something really special at the end of it, like No Man's Sky. That's one of the biggest games out there for people who love those open world adventure titles that you could spend hundreds of thousands of hours in a game like No Man's Sky. Cyberpunk 2077 could have a comeback story unlike any in recent memory. And do I think it'll happen? Well, time will tell, guys. I think that there's a real possibility of it, especially the fact that, the multiplayer is not even out yet. So they have stuff to work on now, get the game where it needs to be, but then give us that multiplayer, make it that full package experience. I would be very excited about that. But I just think at the end of the day, guys, What happened here was it released too early, way too early. And we obviously suffered some criticism that was very well deserved, but it should not have happened. It shouldn't have happened that way. This was going to be one of the greatest titles ever, one of the best ever made by CD Projekt Red. And we didn't get that yet. We didn't get it yet. There's always a possibility that it could come back. Now, lxky, you know, and you kind of hear about all the things that are going on and that what happened with Cyberpunk 2077. But what are your thoughts on it? I mean, do you think that this is a title that is going to have a real comeback story, or do you think it's going to be one that is going to be remembered as a game that could have been but never really got there? What do you think?
I don't know what to think at the moment. I think once they release the multiplayer, that's going to change it all. That's really going to decide what happens. I also think I've seen a lot of the glitches and all that, and some of them are gone, but a lot of them aren't. I remember all the way back, like really, really early 2020, I saw it and I was looking at the trailer. I was like, wow, I really want to buy this. And then it came out and I was like, never mind, because I saw the glitches and all. The trailer looked good, everything looked good, but then like you see the gameplay and it was like, no, I'm alright. And then like I think maybe once it's fixed, I might buy the game, but like at the moment with all the glitches going on and all that, I don't want to. And I think at the moment it's looking like it's going to stay how it is, like with all the criticism. All the memes are going down. People stop making a joke out of it a little bit more. But at the same time, I think if they really want to rebuild it, I think they need to start working even faster than they are, getting the glitches gone, and then releasing this multiplayer.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that it's a sad story right now, but everybody loves a good comeback story, guys. Everyone loves seeing, a game or whatever it is, guys, in life. You love seeing things come out of the ashes, things come out of like places of no return, limbo states, or places that you would never think they could. And I think CD Projekt Red has it in them, but this is really going to test them as a company. Do they have what it takes to face that controversy, look the adversity in the eyes, and push forward and just keep going? Just keep going, because a lot of companies might just say, similar to like, when we're talking about Hello Games with No Man's Sky, they could have said, you know what, guys, this project, this game, it was a failure. We're going to just put this, almost try to pretend like it didn't happen, and we're going to move on to something else. But they didn't. They kept pushing forward, even amidst all of the backlash, all the problems, the bugs and everything. They fixed it. They kept pushing. They believed in the product. And I believe that CD Projekt Red should believe in this product 100%, because it's got Game of the Year. It's got all that stuff written all over it. They just got to get it right. Get it right, and I think it could be something really special. But let me know, guys. What do you guys think? Do you think they'll get it right over at CD Projekt Red for Cyberpunk 2077? What do you really think happened here to this title to meet the despair and all the discouraging thoughts that people had about this title and such? What's it going to take for it to come back in a major way? Let me know in the comment section down below. And for more Cyberpunk 2077 content and videos, stay here with Zero TV. Before we close out the show, guys, I want to thank lxky or Sean for joining us for this episode of the show, guys. You guys can go ahead and check out all of his stuff, and links will be in the comment section down below. lxky, where is the best place for people to find you?
On YouTube, you can search up my name. It's lxky 2.0. It's going to be in the description as well. I don't upload as much at the moment, but I'm going to be back to daily uploading in a few days. I'll probably be streaming either Modern Warfare or doing more commentary videos like this. So you'll find me there, and that's about it.
Sounds good. Awesome. But thanks for being here, man. I really appreciate it. I'm sure it won't be the last time. Like I said, guys, all of his information will be in the description down below. And with that being said, everyone, I hope you guys did enjoy this episode of the 8 Below Show. And if you guys did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, stay positive, and as always, I'll talk to you guys all in the next one. Peace.